have an influence to certain little people that you never met in your life. So of course, a lot of these other people start doing it, start rapping, and start saying that they made it into that. Of course, they're gonna say it's a game. Then they're gonna try to say that, but they don't know that. That's what the prosecutor's saying. Y'all don't know that it's not a game. Y'all coming up with some shit on y'all own, trying to just say it's a game. Hey man, it's not a game, bro. This shit started off as a family friend. This is just between us type of shit. Then we came into a rap label. Of course, we're gonna turn it into a rap label now because we rapping now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I get it.
We rapping now.
No, I get. I want to ask you, which this is going to be important for the rest of the questions. Obviously, everyone has seen that this investigation is targeted and taken shape to pretty much hold Young Thug accountable, right? They believe Young
Right.
Thug has been doing some stuff, so they pretty much only really want him, right? Um, what's your relationship with Young Thug? What has been your relationship with him? Shit, even if you could tell us, how did the hell did y'all both meet?
That's my brother, man. We met just on some through mutual friends, through one of my other homies who from we from the same area. Me and one of my other homies, and he just moved to Cleveland, started going there, and I started going there kicking with him, and then Thought was around him, and we just locked in like that, and just became friends. Like they've been cool ever since, for real. Ever since then.
Mm. Okay. When's the last time you've talked to Thug? Like, I'm guessing before he
Uh,
got incarcerated. I'm guessing.
no, I ain't talked to him none since he been locked up.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I get
he,
that, but like, were y'all good? Were you? When's the last time like he got locked up in May 2022?
yeah, probably like maybe probably like a few months before that, because I want to say either Boom Boom or somebody had a show or something like that, and all of us at the show together. That's kind of like our first time just seeing each other in a little minute or talk to each other in a little minute, and we kind of like
Yeah.
reunited basically back right then at that moment for real. We've been kind of like once ever since then, everything been back, kind of sort of not really back how it was, but we kind of put that shit behind us, basically.
And I guess I asked that question because I was watching some videos of yours I had on my stream, and some people reached out. People said, "Yo, listen, I'm not sure Mondo was on good terms with Thug, so we don't know if we could
That's
really."
what I said. Yeah, people not from the city, so they don't know. People from my city and everybody who was at the club that day and at the show that day, everybody know the same exact moment, so they know what I'm talking about, and everybody know what I'm talking about. It's just people who outside of Atlanta who really not knowing what's going on. Of course, they gonna be saying all this old crazy stuff because they don't really know. They just going off assumption and what they guessing at. What everybody else talking about. These people don't be knowing what's going on for real.
Yeah, no, I completely get it. So the big elephant in the room, the question everybody really wants to know, because people are. I feel like the whole rap game don't know even how to comment on it. Like, obviously, certain people comment on it, but some people are just staying quiet for the sake of being quiet. Um, Gunna, who was a YSL artist, but it seemed like he more than claimed just YSL, in a music sense. Seems like he was saying, "These are my brothers." He took a plea. He was the first one that, at least it was announced, that took a plea in the whole YSL situation. He got out of jail. He's been very quiet since. He did post something on his story. He said, "Man, I'm back, free Thug, free." You know what I mean? Some other people, and he still says YSL. What is the situation and the current, feeling about Gunna currently?
You said what is the what now?
What's the feeling about Gunna? Like, how is Gunna
Uh,
seen to y'all?
I'm not gonna say to y'all. I'm gonna speak for myself. I can't speak for nobody else.
Okay, to you.
I mean, it ain't no like it ain't no hatred towards them. It ain't no nothing like that when it comes from me. It's just like damn, like anybody who I ain't trying to just keep. I don't want to bring the streets into it, but it's just being real. Like anybody in the streets, anybody just with common sense and just a little street sense would know that certain shit you just don't do and certain shit just ain't right. That's all I'm gonna say. You feel what I'm saying? On my behalf, and that's just how I'm coming. I'm standing on that, and I don't know until somebody talk to me face to face. Until I damn near talk to Gunna face to face. We sit down, then hey, bro, how we want to handle this situation? And then, bro, we're gonna have to handle the situation like brothers or how it is. Cause like I always said, bro, I always have respect for him and everybody else around him, bro. Like the boys always been good, genuine niggas and good, genuine people. But once you do certain shit, it's just like it really ain't too much. This how can you come back from it really down there?
Okay,
bro.
so I'm glad you said that, and this triggers my next question. So you said once you do search it, what did Gunna do? Because we seen about 8 other niggas take a plea as well. So what did Gunna do that was different from anyone else, or what did Gunna do that was outrageous, or what did Gunna do that you know is kind of frowned upon?
Okay, cool. You my defense is um this is a record label, which is it is. It's a record label.
Yeah.
But my man not like unknowingly go in here and say that this is a game. This is a game.
Okay. Okay.
Also, I got pulled over with something on me. This, that, and the third. But it wasn't yours. When it came to time to take a plea, it wasn't yours. Who else was it? You know it. And also in the middle of the plea, they asked you, hey, you know these people, they out here committing crimes. What like we feel that's what else is that? What other plea? Everybody plea is not the same. Let's say that too though.
Okay, that's true.
Everybody didn't take the same plea.
True.
Everybody did not. Everybody plea is not the same. Everybody didn't get the same plea now.
Yeah.
Everybody life and everybody's situation was the same. Let's say that too. Everybody's situation was the same.
You spitting? Go ahead.
I'm not gonna get too deep into it because it's really, you feel what I'm saying. But if you get everybody's situation and everybody's plea wasn't the same, so we can't just say that. But with that situation, it's just like, damn, bro, you didn't do, you don't, you feel what I'm saying? Ain't nobody did that. You know we ain't did that. So why is you flopping, basically? And I'm just leave it at that, bro. I don't want to keep getting too deep into it. You feel me?
No. I get it, and you shouldn't get overly specific. So this is what you're here to give us a little bit of again, you're giving your opinion and you're giving what you feel. You're not speaking. It's not like a company where this is what the entire company whatever speak. You're speaking for you, but you're instrumental because you know these guys more than anybody else who will be publicly speaking on these guys know these guys. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like
Right.
Gunna maybe had some friends that might be rappers or whatever the case, but they probably haven't talked to Gunna in whatever. They probably didn't even know some of this stuff was going on, right? You a little bit more on the inside, so what you say hold a little bit more weight. So, this is what we were all being like. This was floating around. They say, yo, in reality, this is probably the genius play that's happening. Thug told him to take that. What would you say to that?
Like I said before, man, I don't even know.
No. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Like, is that a thing where, like,
it's not. It's for sure. I'm gonna let you know this 1 billion%, 1 trillion% did not do that. Did not do that. He didn't tell nobody to do nothing.
Really? Wow. Well, because you do know people are waiting for Young Thug to basically give his word, but he can't speak. He's going to go through a trial that's going to take 12 months. He can't speak. Anything he says, if he mentions Gunna's name, whether positively or negatively, that could be considered witness tampering. But this is what also, and a few people call me on this. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I won't say no names, but they call me on it. They said, "Yo, you gotta ask Mondo this. How could Mondo call Gunna or say he believes Gunna did some unethical shit by taking a plea, but he just did an interview with another dude who took a plea, which was, I believe, DK.
And like I said, everybody's situation and everybody's plea was different. That's all I'm gonna say, man. And we ain't get into everybody else that took a plea too. We ain't gonna get into all that. We ain't gonna do that. When we live, we're gonna do that. Everybody's situation and everybody's plea was different.
No, and I get that. So
that's my brother.
And I guess I'm asking this general question. Please don't get specific, but I'm just asking towards your intuition.
Right.
So DK also took a plea. Did you at least look at that plea to at least be like, yo, do I think this is going against the grain?
This is my brother. This is my man's. This is my brother. I know what's going on with bro, man. When nobody else went got them knowing what's going on with my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I know what's going on with him. This is my man. I'm standing on that. I know his situation, and I know what he got going on. It's like period. So I'm standing on that. That ain't. This a whole nother set. That's a whole. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. You can't even compare him. That's just like I said earlier. That's just like I said earlier, people outside of Atlanta and people who don't know what's going on gonna say all this type of stuff. And I'm letting y'all know that people in Atlanta know what's going on. People know. Like this shit, it ain't really ain't even no debate. It's like it's just the people on the outside don't know. So that's the only reason why I'm trying to see right here. I ain't really explaining myself, but I'm putting y'all down and y'all know because it's just too much cap shit going on, man. Let my brother goddamn my brother gonna get out in a minute. Like, let my brother go through this little shit right quick, bro. We get this shit over our head, bro. Like, don't keep trying to make it worse, bro, and make it bigger than what it is.
So when everybody when everybody says when you say that is that they're like, yo, oh, y'all niggas is picking and choosing though. Like y'all niggas got y'all
Yeah,
niggas.
yeah, and I'm letting them know it's the different. Everybody in Atlanta know what's happening. When I say everybody's situation, I'm talking about life shit, real shit. That
Okay.
you feel me? Like everybody's situation, everybody's plea was different. Once again, everybody ain't going there and say what Buddy said. Man, come on, man.
Mm, okay. I'm gonna look up DK plea agreement if I can. Yeah, I do. I hear what you're saying. Which, by the way, I think when the video came out and that thing came out where, it basically we're gonna was saying yes ma'am, whatever. It looked crazy. Now I'm gonna be honest though, and this is where again, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, and I know by the way, it's cool to you don't got to give details, okay? Again, I'm not trying to get you jammed up, nothing like that. But I'm trying to just ask the questions that people are saying in comments and people are just saying constantly. Okay, now maybe I don't know what DK said, right? Like in his plea, but a part of everybody's plea that did get a plea, right? Whether they said anything criminating, right, thus far or not, is that there's an option that they have to take the stand if called, and they got to testify truthfully. Don't you believe that's almost kind of cooperate in a sense? Because
Man, like I said again, I know what's going on.
okay,
I know what's going on with my man. So, you know what I'm saying? That
yeah,
ain't even what we gotta. We ain't gotta get too deep in that because I'm letting y'all know. Like, we let this shit just. Can everybody just let bro come home, man, and just see that? All right, everything gonna be everything. But if folks did some, like, what I'm getting to the bottom of, brother ain't supposed to do what he supposed to do, though. For real. That's like, nigga, it wasn't knowledgeable. I'm gonna just keep saying that. Y'all gotta listen to what I'm saying. It wasn't, brother, didn't nobody know Buddy was gonna do that.
mm.
In other words,
So
you know what I'm saying?
is it because he took a plea without like probably like through the grapevines letting people know? Because everybody took pleas. Like, what's wrong with him? Should he have just stayed inside? Like, how could have? And I guess maybe he's in a no-win position, and I think that's why people might be like feeling bad for him, right? Is he in a no-win position? Like, what could he have done? Right? Keep in mind, they're mentioning you know murders, robberies, this and third. They don't mention Gunner with none of that. They mention him with a traffic stop. That's it.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
I know. Okay, but what I'm saying is that there's dudes who have shootings that got pleas. Should Gunner have just stayed in jail? Because
What have you done? What have you done though? Why would you take that plea? Like, why would you take that plea, my brother? Right before I'm finna get ready, right before we finna get ready and go to trial. You working in the DA favor at this point.
but what about
You working in the DA, you working in the prosecutor favor at this point, bro. We haven't did nothing. You haven't did nothing. So why is you taking the plea?
but what about the other dudes though? Like the other dudes, if they could like, remember. Okay, Grant, I'm gonna give you this. And again, if it's getting too deep, just we could move to some other shit. He did say it's a gang, right? He said it's a gang. But some of the other dudes who took pleas, they basically are saying, "Hey, yeah, I tried to shoot at so and so for the game." So again, everybody's working against Doug. Like, there's no one helping him. If you took a plea, it's impossible that it was to help him. They're not giving out great pleas and say, "Oh, we're giving you a plea just to go home, but you're not gonna hurt Thug's case." Essentially, everybody who took a plea are potential witnesses that could be called, and they got to testify truthfully about what they especially pled guilty to. You don't think so?
Well, hey, let's see what when they get down to that point. Let's see if it's gonna get to that point. Then
Okay.
let's see that.
And I guess,
When
and by the way, all my questions aren't to like we don't want no revelations and no new details here. I guess especially fans, right? And a lot of people who care about this are fans. They want to know if y'all are just treating Gunna unfairly compared to y'all would treat everybody else. Because if Gunna didn't know nothing about nothing but a fucking traffic stop, he's not like they're not trying to get thugged for some drugs and some guns. They're trying to time to murders and all type of other shit. So how could Gunna be really, like blamed for doing anything when any information he had ain't really gonna hurt nobody?
hey, I don't know. I don't really like. I don't know what people expect a nigga to say about that. Like I don't know, bro. Like I don't really like. I don't really want to keep getting deep into that shit like right now, bro. I ain't gonna even hold you because it's like, bro, this shit still is ongoing.
No, no,
Why,
no,
why
no, no,
we
no.
gotta keep getting?
No, no, no,
We
no.
gotta,
Let me ask you
we
this
gotta
question
keep.
then. Let's get off of those details. Let's get to this. Let me ask you about this. You and YSL co-founder. We seen you with DK. Is any possible animosity about Gunna because he just didn't tap in? Because it looked like Gunna just flew solo, right? Maybe all of this, isolation shit is just because he didn't tap in. But again, man, he hired his high powered attorney. He's trying to like you. He has a career, he has a family. So does everybody. But
What he gotta tap in for? He ain't gotta tap in.
what?
Don't ain't gotta tap in for that. Get
No, no, no. What?
brother part of the family. What?
No, no. But you basically said that though, in a sense, when you say he didn't, nobody knew. It's like it feels like without getting into any details. Please, we don't got to do no details. But it's like you're saying with the DK shit, we know what's going on. It's cool. With Gunna shit, it's like you're like nobody knew what's going on. It's not cool. So it feels like because he didn't tap in, this is why there's a discrepancy over what he did.
Hey, that's what y'all want to interpret out of what I just said. And we're gonna keep it at that.
Hmm.
We'll keep it at that.
What do you think the future of YSL is?
All the future where I said is gonna be still major. It's still major right now. This shit ain't never gonna end. It ain't no future. I mean, like it ain't no even like
They
this
said
shit
in court
already.
it must
This shit
end.
big and it gonna always be big.
Wait, they said in court it must end. That's what they said.
Hey, that's the court saying that. God ain't say that. God ain't say that.
Do you think there'll be?
They ain't God.
Okay.
They can't tell. They can't. They ain't God.
Mm. Um, his
What
brother.
they gonna say what they gonna say when all this shit get dropped? When everything just y'all it turn around and all this shit just some fluke shit. Like this shit is capped like bullshit. Whatever everybody gonna say then like, oh whoa, damn. Then it's gonna be something else to be talked about. Like, come on, man, this shit is gonna God got this shit in control.
So
Everything happens for a reason, man. We're gonna be alright. Bro gonna be alright. That's the main key.
okay,
Bro
so
gonna be alright.
so a lot of fans, a lot of the supporters, they're here and they're like sitting, they're biting their fingernails, sitting on their hands. They don't know how it's gonna go. It feels like you probably have a little bit more insight and definitely some belief or some faith, right? What do you think is gonna this situation is gonna end up being? Because some people, I've heard someone tell me they believe Young Thug's gonna get life. And that sounds scary.
Not. Not. That is not true. Ain't no life, nothing. Like, come on, man.
What do you think? How do you think this is gonna end?
We're gonna see. I can't speak on that. Okay. I can't speak on how. I can't even speak on that. Like, it's not in my hands. It's in God's hands. What? I can't speak on it.
I definitely want to ask you about you said something, and I kid you not, Fact sent me. I got the video here too. So if the audience needs me to play it, I'll definitely play it. But essentially, your former lawyer, Fonnie Willis, is the DA that's prosecuting this gang RICO. Do you think that maybe because And by the way, I'm gonna let me give you the out too. You could definitely because you probably still move around Atlanta. I don't want you to get jammed up. Do you think because that would have been a conflict of interest if she charged you when she defended you for some of the things that would have been associated with what they call the YSL RICO? Do you think that's the reason why you're not charged? Because the
Um,
prosecutor was your defense
for
attorney
one,
at one
for
point?
one, nothing I did pertaining to the case that she was fighting for me had nothing to do with nothing. You feel me? So
Well, well,
that's for one.
well, they're casting a broad net. So for example,
That's included.
uh, uh, for example, and
Oh,
I know this personally because I've gone through so many of these. I've went through all of these incidents that they've listed.
good, good, bro.
There's
My bad,
allegedly.
my bad. I hear you.
All right. So what I'm saying is that once they put that gang shit on people, it's not only
Right.
what's for the gang. Like for example, I know I won't mention the specific detail, but I went through every single count and every single thing they're claiming, quote unquote, YSL did. Not everything revolves around the gang. Like for example, a nigga was in a club, some shit happened, a shooting happened. That ain't nothing got to do with no gang shit. That got nothing to do with the gang shit. Somebody got caught in a stolen car. That got nothing to do with gang shit. That nigga might have been, doing whatever you do. But they're blaming everything on YSL. Once they realize you're a member of YSL. So that's what I'm trying to say. Whatever you were being accused with probably had nothing to do with YSL. But when they try to cast these wide nets with this Rico shit, they just say you're doing it for YSL. So
When I,
I guess I'm just asking you about the Fonnie Willis um, relationship in the sense that she was your defense attorney at one point, and she's now the prosecutor who's trying to put your brother, by your own admission, in jail for life.
yeah, I mean, I don't. Like I said earlier on, when we first started talking, bro, I'm about surprised, and I'm just about. I don't know how they end up like this or how it just happened like this. I don't know, bro. Like I don't. What can I do? What can I say about that? Like you said, the only thing I can just say, boy, it's crazy how God works. I don't know if that's the reason or not. I don't know that. I'm still sitting right here pondering. I've been pondering from day one with this shit, bro. I don't know what's going on, but bro, it's just crazy how it panned out. What was I supposed to do about that? Like, what I supposed to? All I'm just saying is I'm just speaking the truth. That was my lawyer. What else I supposed to say? Like, what? She was my lawyer. She was, and what I did, and what she was fight for me, fight my case for me for had nothing to do with nothing. And everybody, once again, in my town, know they had nothing to do with nothing, man. But she was fighting the case for me for like they ain't have nothing to do with that, man.
How did you link up with her? Because I looked over her history. She was working in the prosecutor's office at a lower level. Then she left. She did private practice. That's when she, represented you. Um, like at that time,
Yeah,
did you get recommended to her? Like how did you
yeah,
find her?
I got recommended to her through my cousin. On
Mm.
my mama's side of the family, my cousin, she worked in a law firm or something like that, I want to say. And when I was going through the case, and she kind of recommended her to me. At first I'm like, damn, I ain't never heard of the lady. I'm really going through some serious shit. Like I ain't never really heard of the lady, but I know if my cousin recommended her to me, she could have been some good. So I just went with it, and she kind of helped me through what I was going through. She kind of helped me out, and she did her thing. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, shortly after that, bro, this happened. She was telling me that she was about to get ready to be the DA, but I wasn't really paying attention. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't
You're
worried
just
about
trying
that.
to
I was
beat your
going through what I
case.
was going through.
Yeah, you're just trying to beat your case. God
Yeah,
damn.
I wasn't really even then. Once after shortly after that, I went to seeing on the news and shit like way before all this. I went to see it on the news. I'm like, damn, look at Miss Willis. Like, you feel me? Like, it was just my lawyer. I ain't thinking that of you. You feel me? Then shortly after that, boom, this happened. I'm surprised as everybody else is, bro. Real shit, bro. I'm not surprised as everybody else is, bro. This shit crazy. Like, for real, bro. Like, I don't really know what else you folk want a nigga to say. Like, wait, I'm about surprised y'all is, bro.
So
This shit like a movie. This shit can be a book. How my life got there. I can't explain that to y'all. Ain't no mystery, no history, bro. Ain't no fuck shit on my name, bro. Ain't no snitch shit. Ain't no all of those cap internet shit that been going on, bro. Ain't no fuck shit on my no name, bro. I'm one of them ones. Let's get into that. Let's get into this music. I'm one of them ones for real. Let's get into that type of shit. Like, come on, man. Ain't no mystery in my history. Why y'all want me to be the bad guy?